Hi there, Sharon from the future here. Before we jump into today's episode, a little bit of context on when we recorded this. It was actually about a year ago, prior to the release of Kalki. We wanted to review one of Prabhas's older films, one which we were fond of when we were growing up. So Munna is what we landed on. So some of the discussion that we have, just for your context, is before the release of Kalki. So we don't really mention Kalki that much because we do go into the filmography of Probas throughout the episode. So just keep that in mind. But otherwise, have a great time and please leave a comment on what you think of Prabhas's Munna. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paisa, Vasool. As always, I'm your host, Shravan. We've got Taran here with us.
Hello.
On my left this time. You're on my right last time. Yeah.
Switch.
As promised, we are doing another young rebel star Prabhas movie. We're joined by Bhargava, or Bujji, as we call him.
Hello.
First time on Paisa, Vasool. You have been
Yes.
on Cognitive Recalibration,
Yes,
but
that's
first
right.
time on video.
Yeah, first time on video. I haven't actually
Yeah.
been here since it's been started, so
Yeah, well,
exciting. Thank you.
Well, you kind of invited yourself on for this particular one because you're a really big fan of Munna.
Yeah, they didn't invite me. I just showed up. They told me they were doing it, and I was here, ready to go. I love this movie, so
Okay.
yeah, I thought I'd bring some objective bias into this.
So a bit of background about the movie. It came out in 2007, around this time of the year, actually. I think April, May. It was one of the bigger releases in that year. It's produced by Dil Raju, who was on a streak then. So he's basically didn't have an unsuccessful movie. He had Dil, Arya, Bhadra, Bomarilu, and then this.
Yeah.
So there was big expectations for this one. In terms of the director, it's a debutant. He's gone on to become a famous, I guess, sort of famous. A lot of people troll him now because of Vasool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Because he did that one interview where it's like, it's not a joke.
Brother, it's not a joke, brother. It's not a joke.
I
Yeah.
thought that was Dil Raju that did that interview.
No, that was Vamsi
Okay.
Padipalli, who's
Yeah.
the director of this one. But yeah, this was his first movie. He managed to get another couple of movies with Dil Raju afterwards. So after this, he did Brindavanam, which was successful. And then he did Yavadu as well. And then he did Upiri,
Yes.
yeah, which is a remake. And then he did Maharshi as well, I think. But yeah, he's always sort of directed big actors. So he started off with a big actor in Prabhas in this one as well. The female lead is Ileana, who was also on a bit of a winning streak back then. So she just did Porkiri before this one.
Yeah.
So she was kind of the successful actress at that time. Music was by Harris Jayaraj, and we were
Yes.
just talking about this earlier. So he doesn't do that many straight Telugu movies. A lot of his movies are in Tamil and they're dubbed into Telugu, and that's how his songs got famous in Telugu. But this is one of the few movies where he did a straight Telugu movie. And interesting thing is, Dil Raju Productions had Devi Sri Prasad for all of the movies before this one.
Yeah.
So this was the first one where he chose another music director. And we'll talk about the songs when we get into the discussion. But yeah, that in terms of how it did, it wasn't a successful movie in terms of the box office. And even critically, it wasn't considered a success. So it's, and I wouldn't even call it a cult classic because I don't think many people.
How many views does the YouTube video have?
Like 10 million or something? 9 million?
I think so. Yeah. And
And I'm responsible for just like half of that.
So it's not considered a cult classic or anything like that, but we thought we'd revisit it because it was a movie, I guess in your childhood particularly, because you guys are pretty young when this came out, that we watched and we kind of fond of. So I revisited it after about 10 years a couple of nights ago. Did you watch it again?
I have seen it relatively recently, like a couple months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And you watch it every week.
Yeah. my weekly screening finishes now, so if you want to watch me for my next one next Thursday.
Okay, so let's get into it. Maybe we'll start with the positives after rewatch. So we'll start with your thoughts.
Yeah, sure.
The whole movie, is it?
Yeah.
Just everything's amazing, man. It's just the perfection. So music, I think on rewatch again, I think one of the big things about the movie was definitely the music. I really enjoy all the songs, all the soundtracks, and all the background scores. They have a lot of these background like scores every time there's like a twist in the movie or every time there's like a big revelation. And it's great music. It sort of grips you in. I was talking to you about this before, about the cast. I feel like the actors and all the supporting actors and actresses. They use every character really well in the movie. I can't think of a character that's been wasted or just shunted to the side after their initial introduction, maybe one or two, but majority have been used really well, and I really like that about this movie. And the final one, I think, is the actual pacing of the movie. I thought was done really well. Everything up to the intermission and then utilizing the second half. It is a long movie though, 2 hours and 40 minutes, but they use that time really well. And I think one of the things about this movie is because the pacing's is done really well, you can watch it and not be fatigued after watching it. That's why I do a weekly screening. It's really easy to watch over and over again, and it sort of makes it more fun because you know where the build-ups are, you know sort of where you want to watch and what you want to focus on. So yeah, those three things: music, characters, and pacing.
I really like the music as well. I liked it at the time, and then revisiting it, the songs are
good.
Yeah. I think my favorite one is still Manasa.
Yep.
But even his introduction song is good.
It's weird how that Manasa song and that song from Purkiri are basically shot the exact same.
It
looks like you could mistake it for the same music video.
You could.
Yes.
They probably saw Ileana doing that song and they were like, just stay there. Let's do that song as well.
Yeah, Prabhas is here as well. Yeah. Mahesh, come here and then switch over. Yeah, so I thought all the songs are quite good. And the background score is interesting. It definitely gets your attention.
Yeah.
I think the background score is good up till a certain point, and then you hear it a lot.
You do.
It's overpowering.
Yeah.
And it's every time Prabhas walks into the room, he has 2 different themes in the movie, and they play both. Yeah. They play both every time he walks in and out of a room.
Yeah.
And the cast is good. So at that point in time, I think this was the gold standard of casting in Telugu movies. So it's got Prakash Raj, Kota Srinivasarao, Talankela Bharani.
Yep.
Pretty much anyone, any big character.
Brahmaji, even the side characters and all the supporting casts, big names,
It doesn't it's got Venu Madhav.
Yes.
But it doesn't feature all the comedians, I guess. There is comedy in the movie, but it's not generated as much by comedians as such.
Yeah.
There is a bit of fun.
It's got that guy.
Tillu.
Yeah,
Tillu. His friend.
Yeah.
Who,
DJ Tillu.
DJ, he went on to become a DJ after
It's the same guy, actually,
after he died, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same actor. That guy does DJ Tillu. He got plastic surgery.
Well, actually, that guy went on to become a director, actually, recently. So he directed a movie called Balagam, which...
Oh, that's apparently very good.
Which is critically acclaimed. Yeah.
Multi-talented.
And what else? I thought the visuals... I couldn't find a good quality version of this. The best version I could find on YouTube was 720p. And it's not on any streaming services either.
Yeah, it's not.
But the visuals are... I remember they were pretty good at the time, and even now they're decent in terms of cinematography.
I think it's because none of the action scenes, maybe that last fight scene when the car is the only one that's big set piece where they need to blow up a bunch of cars and whatnot. They don't really have much of that.
I thought that there's a rain fight scene, which is the first big fight scene, which was
a bit dark.
It's a bit dark.
It's dark,
but it's decent. I thought it was all right.
And also that place doesn't have adequate drainage.
It doesn't. It's just flooding. Yeah. Seems like a regular. Amongst all the other problems, they should look into that.
And it also came at a point in Prabhas's career. So really, the only notable films up until this one came out was probably Varsham and Chhatrapati.
Yeah.
So Chhatrapati was his last big hit, and then there was a big phase after Chhatrapati where he didn't have a successful... he had a lot of movies where some people liked them, like Bujji and stuff, but there wasn't anything successful until probably Darling, which is a movie that we've already reviewed. But yeah, it was that point in time where I think he was doing it's not like his movies were terrible. He had some really bad ones, but this one wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I think there's
worse. There's Rebel. There's
Rebel, and he did Yogi, which was...
Yogi's not...
I think Yogi was just before this
from
one.
memory. I'm not sure.
He did Purnami as well.
Purnami, yeah.
Which is not
amazing, but it's not bad. Yeah. It's almost like most of the movies are in that range where you're expecting them to be great movies because of the cast and the supporting the creative artists. But
yeah, I mean, at the end we'll do a top 5 Prabhas movies.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is number 1 for you, but
this is 1 through 5 for you.
Any negatives?
It's Look, it's an interesting movie.
So there's no negatives.
Yeah.
Like I say.
If you don't like twists, don't watch this movie because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and I thought there was twists like throughout the movie. I remember it being like throughout the movie, but it's like in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like there's a sequence that happens, and then after that, it's just all twists, literally.
Some of the twists get reversed very quickly. Like you get a twist, and then the next scene, it's no longer a twist anymore. It's like a reverse twist.
Kind of like a movie that we reviewed recently, Argyle.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Similar. Like,
have you seen?
I have not seen it.
Don't watch it.
Yeah. I think after your review, I was like, I'm not going to spend my time.
Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that there's a lot of twists. Probably more than this.
Yeah,
there's a lot of twists in that where they just reverse it in the next scene.
Yeah.
But some of the twists in this are good.
Yeah. Apart from that, I thought the length was a bit long.
It's a long movie.
And like it's a little. Some of the things are a bit outdated. Like
for sure.
Like the flashback just seems like very like 80s. Like I get it.
Yeah.
But it was like it doesn't seem, maybe even at the time it was like a bit outdated. And I guess the action sequences, considering some of the other movies that came out around this movie, they probably could have been better because this was the highest budget movie that came out under Dilraj's production at that time. So like thinking back to like some movies that came out around then, like I guess Atadu had some good, decent action sequences, which we revisited recently and still ages well. There are still some parts in that don't age well. But I think this one, it doesn't age as well either in terms of the action.
Yeah.
I haven't revisited Chhatrapati again, so that would be interesting to see how that...
I have. It's, the action's better than this.
Yeah.
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 I think it's also
there's just like more moments you remember in the action in that compared to this.
Yeah.
The only thing I really remember action-wise in this is the rain fight scene where he like chucks the bikes at them.
Yes. Yeah. And there is a part where there's like a car chase sequence towards the end?
Towards the end,
yeah.
The
Which,
big fight scene.
When DJ Tilu dies.
Yes.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Also, we're doing spoilers because this is like 15 years old.
How dare you?
It just doesn't look that good. Like, and I think the main difference is, well, Chhatrapati, I don't think that the action itself is that great, but I think there's a lot more emotion in that movie.
There is, the fight scenes are more realistic in Chhatrapati as well.
That's
it doesn't have as much of that slow-mo, you punch someone and they fly back like 50 yards or whatever.
Or
it's
like
actually
standing backflips.
None of that stuff. It's fairly realistic. As far as Telugu movies go. It's fairly
still
realistic.
Unrealistic, but more realistic than this.
That's it. It's interesting movie. I can understand why it didn't do well as well.
I think it's a good movie to watch with your friends though. And just like kind of laugh.
It is.
Even the serious parts are funny.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah. It makes sense. Like it's hard to pinpoint like an individual negative about the movie. It's more just about when you put it together and you rewatch it.
I think the Ileana is a bit like she has a bit of importance, like maybe for the first 20 minutes, and then after that she's not important. And every time she turns up, it's probably going to be a song that's coming up.
Yeah.
So that's
or even I guess some of the jokes they do make at the start of the movie are pretty like they don't age well.
Yeah.
Very sexist stuff. Yeah. It's sort of hard to watch now and laugh in the same manner.
We should do a review of Prabhas's wardrobe in this one. So we
very tight shirts, tight.
Very 2007.
Yeah. I think it was very much inspired by. I think his whole look was inspired by Dhoni at the time with the long hair and.
I do not like the hair. The hair is terrible.
Really, I don't mind the hair.
Nah, it's bad. It's like straightened and like it's.
In some scenes I get that, but there's other scenes where it looks a bit better. It's still straight, but it's not like wig straight. It's not like Arya. Not Arya. Arya 2. It's not like
I
Arya
think in
2
some
hair.
scenes it looks like Arya 2.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because his hair's naturally not
curly.
straight.
It's curly.
Yeah.
It's
curly.
Yeah.
So they must have straightened it. Yeah. I think like in the poster and stuff it looked good, but then in the movie in some of the scenes it just doesn't look that great. And he didn't do long hair again after this until Bahubali.
Yeah.
Which,
I think it looked good in Bahubali because it's kind of curly, I think, in Bahubali.
It looks more natural, yeah.
This one, I just don't, I think back then the straightened look was in, but looking back on it, it's a bit, it's not great. But the tight shirts,
I think all the heroes did a long hair look at that time because Allu Arjun did Desamudra as well. The long hair look. I guess Mahesh Babu's hair was slightly longer than it usually is in Porkyri.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he always had that same hairstyle for like ages, and then he slightly changed it in Porkyri. Oh no, in Atidi he had long hair.
That's the one.
Which came out in the same year.
Yeah.
But I think all the Nagarjuna did like a long hair thing for a little bit. So that was kind of the thing that was in at the time.
Yeah.
Ram Charan had long hair in Chirita.
In Chirita,
yep.
And Magadhira as well.
Yeah.
Magadhira, yeah.
Yeah, I think the long hair thing is maybe coming back.
It's not like a long hair. I think it's more like a mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
I don't know if you've seen
mullet.
the new Pushpa song.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at that, Allu Arjun has a full mullet in it.
Yeah.
Like it's in the first movie, he had like a small mullet. Now it's like actually like a
proper mullet.
Like a proper mullet. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, should we talk a bit of spoilers? Is there anything else we can talk?
No, we can get straight to spoilers, I think. Yeah.
So I guess the key thing is like Munna, the whole thing is he comes for revenge against his father. That's the basic story.
Yeah.
I think Prakash Raj is good. He's good in this movie, but he's also done, I think when this movie came out, he'd done a lot of villain roles as well. So he was good. I thought Rahul Dev, who's Atma, is he's good for what he is. I just found him really funny.
I think he's like a meme.
Yeah.
He just randomly shows up at the most random place. like
you don't expect it.
Yeah. He'll just rock the scene we were watching before where they're just at like a gun range or whatever. He just randomly rocks up.
He's just in the corner, just standing there.
He's like that guy from Fantastic Beasts.
It's exactly like that guy. Yeah. And the funny thing is, they do a full scene and he's just waiting in the corner for like a break in the conversation to say something.
Like, how long have you been there now? It's like he was there the whole time. He's just watching. I think all the supporting characters are pretty good, like we mentioned. But yeah, there's a lot of twists. So Atma, initially they break. He says he's not working with Kaka, but then he was working with him the whole time.
Yeah.
Srinivasa Rao, I actually thought, I forgot this. I thought there was a twist where he came back, but he doesn't. He just dies.
No, he just dies. Yeah.
I think Kaka, the twist is that Kaka killed him.
Yeah. He was like literally just in that car.
Yeah.
In the back seat. Yeah.
I think people knew that Kaka killed him. It was more just in the way it happened because he was in the car with Atma.
Yeah. He was there at that time. Because Kaka says, like, literally after that scene, Kaka's like, I killed him.
Yeah.
And Atma was there, so they thought Atma
probably did it. They can't deduce,
And then Munna finds the bullet.
Yes, the shell casing,
and that gets Kaka in jail for one night.
Yeah, it like implicates him, but I think he gets out of it. He gets the case out, thrown away,
Shravan in this.
Oh yeah, Shravan.
Yeah. Who's Shravan again?
He's just a guy that comes and goes. Like
he comes, introduces the team to Kasim Chacha, gets into a fight with Rahul, beats him up, and then you never see him again. That's it.
They introduce this guy, so I thought it would be important because there's like this big background score when he's like, "Hi, I'm Shravan," and he gets some coffee. And then
yeah.
And then he gets into just this random fight because like they're at a club. I think Rahul like accidentally runs into his girlfriend or
shoves
something.
the girlfriend aside.
This guy. Yep.
And then he
puts his hand on him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, sorry, it's you."
Yeah.
And then they get into a fight in
the campus the next day.
Campus, yeah. Because I think Rahul looks a lot like Yuvraj Singh. I don't know if it's just me. I think it looks like Yuvraj Singh.
There's a lot of characters that are influenced by like the cricketer styles.
Yeah, so like Yuvraj Singh and Dhoni are in this movie.
Yeah.
Because there was a thing at the time where Yuvraj Singh was going to be captain and then they gave to Dhoni instead.
Yeah.
Apparently Yuvraj Singh and Dhoni don't like each other. Bit of a tangent.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. They made it work at the World Cup.
I think Dhoni didn't like Yuvraj Singh because he was like from a rich family and basically had like influence. So he got into the teams easily.
Yeah.
And Dhoni was like, he didn't have any influence.
Yeah, he had to make his way up.
Yeah. And Yuvraj didn't like him because he was captain.
Yeah.
A successful captain, I think, as well.
Well, if he wasn't so successful, I think Yuvraj...
They would have given it.
I think there was like a recent podcast Yuvraj said where he said he doesn't speak to Dhoni anymore.
Yeah, well... Yeah.
Anyway, random tangent.
But yeah, Shravan is a completely...
Yeah, I do remember who that guy is.
Unimportant
now.
character.
Yeah.
And and in that scene, you pointed this out. He wears like the most outrageous necklace I've ever seen.
Just the fashion sense they've got. Yeah, it's so funny. I feel like a lot of the fashion choices that Rahul has are like quite feminine. Like
It's
he's
very
got those
like
open
deep,
cut,
deep
cut, tight fitting shirts.
Yeah,
But he pulls it off. He looks
Yeah.
great.
yeah,
Prabhas borrowed them for Darling.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although Prabhas is deep, it's deep on the back for some reason.
Yeah.
He wears them the other way around.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, to be fair, like at least it's the same character they're using, Shravan. It's not like 4 or 5 different side characters that they just pull in for each of those things and that's it.
But he does beat him up and then he never shows up again. Is that
He
right?
doesn't show up
That's it.
again.
Yeah,
Because
'cause,
like they don't go to the college again after that.
Yeah,
pretty
or
much.
at a point in this movie, he just basically drops out of college and becomes like a...
Don't they
Yeah.
like get scholarships? And then like the first scene, they're like,
the first thing's like, we got to study
yeah,
hard to
we're
keep
not
our
going to get
scholarship.
into because they like run into Rahul.
Yeah.
And one of his friends like wants to get into a fight with him, but then Munna's like,
nah.
sorry,
Yeah.
yeah. But then I think the moment he finds out he's Kaka's son, that's when he's like, we're not studying anymore.
Yeah. I think at that point he's just like, this is the reason why I got to this. Let's just do what we want to do.
The moment when do you know the scene where he tells Kaka that he's his son? He like walks into the room and he kicks a lamp off his desk.
Yeah.
And then he kicks the desk.
Yeah.
And then he sits on it.
Sits on it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also dramatic and like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
Like,
great
why?
cinema.
It was a perfectly fine lamp. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't have to.
Or there's
ruin
probably
it.
a chair in the room somewhere.
Oh,
That's just before the intermission? isn't
just
Yeah.
before the
it? Yeah.
That's the first twist in the movie, I guess, where you
Yep.
find out that he's his son.
the very
Yeah.
first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you shocked by that when you first watched it? Were you like, oh my God, it's his son? Or were you like, oh yeah, I saw that coming?
I didn't see it coming.
I think at the
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
it was a fairly new thing. Like
Yeah.
if you watched a movie like that nowadays, from the get go, you'd be like, "Oh, he's probably related to him, his son."
Yeah.
But
Did
back
you-
then, I don't think.
Were there any of the twists that weren't surprising? And you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense, or you saw it coming?
I think the Purushottam one was kind of you kind of figure it out when Munna figures it out.
Yeah,
So I guess
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not a shock, but like when they say it, like, oh, it sort of makes sense.
Mm,
The Atma one at the end I saw coming,
yeah,
like where
Like
he
him turning against, yeah.
Kaka.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also like didn't he figure that out earlier? So like Munna tells him that if they get rid of Kaka, then Atma can become the new Kaka.
yeah.
I'm like, didn't you know that? Like, you could have figured that out yourself. Yeah, we did watch this in the cinema in Hyderabad. You don't remember it, but we did.
Yeah, I didn't remember it, but yeah.
Yeah, because we went to India around that time. It was already pretty old when we went there. I think it was like past 50 days of
okay.
release. But we watched it in one of the theaters that
Yep.
where it ran 100 days for one of the 9
The
theaters
9
where it ran
theaters, yeah.
100 days. I remember it because we went in an auto rickshaw, and there was 6 of us,
Mm.
and we all like
Just cramped in.
crammed in. And I remember we watched it and we thought it wasn't that bad because everyone told us it was not good,
Mm.
and we're like, yeah, it's not that bad.
I think it does wane at the end. Like you start to lose a bit of focus, probably just because it's really long. But
It's pretty
otherwise, I
long,
do
yeah.
enjoy it. It's funny.
Yeah.
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 I think mostly unintentionally. yeah,
And then Vamsi Padipalli obviously went on to do bigger things.
Yes.
Not necessarily better. I think some of his movies
I
are
don't
worse
know.
than this.
It's like very hit and miss.
Yeah.
I like Upiri. That's probably his best movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then also that's a remake, so I don't know if we can
If it counts, yeah.
give him all the credit for that. I thought
Yeah.
Yavadu was
Shit.
probably worse than this. I
Yeah.
think it's worse than this.
I think Munna might be his like second best movie.
I think Brindavanam's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, Brindavanam's pretty good. And is this better than Maharshi? Probably. Maharshi's not that
Marshy's
No,
not.
she's not,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
that good, yeah.
Yeah.
And Vasool. Yeah, whatever.
I don't know what he's doing next. He did
Not sure.
Vasool, and then I'm not sure what he's got planned next. but-
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think we covered
Yeah.
everything, yeah. I can't
What
think
about
of
some?
anything.
Do you have some unknown facts for us?
Oh, I do have an unknown fact.
Yeah.
So this wasn't actually publicized, and I think they might have changed the marketing early movies, but because you never actually know what Munna's real name is in the movie, then they don't say it at any point.
Does his mum say it in the flashback? I think his mum says
maybe,
it once.
maybe
in the
his mum
flashback.
says it. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I
Yeah.
tend to. Yeah, maybe. I
think
can't remember
that's
now.
what-
Maybe that's why it comes up.
I noticed it in the flashback. I think she
that
just
makes
says it
sense.
once.
That
yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, I saw a poster a while back now, like a couple of years ago on Google, and it was like this old poster. I don't know if it was fan made or real, but it said young rebel star Prabhas as, and it said Mahesh, like in apostrophe Munna Kumar. And I was like, I had no clue that was his name. So yeah, apparently his name in the movie is Mahesh Kumar, which makes Kaka's name Kamalakar Kumar.
Well, he
So-
does call him that in the intermission.
He calls him Kamalaka, yeah.
Kaka, alias Kamalaka. And then the music.
The music comes in,
Music,
yeah.
yeah. If you love background music, you'll love this movie.
Mm.
It's pumping for the whole time.
I think they wanted him to do, because there's kind of similar music in Aparichituru or Aniyan,
Yes.
where there's like some dramatic music and they're like, do something like that, but not exactly like that.
Yeah.
So he did something like that.
But way
Yeah.
better.
I do like his themes. They're it's
catchy.
pretty hype.
Yeah. They just overuse at points. It's kind of like
It's
the Wonder
overused.
Woman theme, like in some of the movies that one.
Just
Wonder
like
Woman comes in,
whenever
just
she shows
over
up
and
on
over.
screen,
Yeah.
it-
Yeah, like
Yeah.
in Zack Snyder's Justice League, where like every time she
Yeah.
shows up, they
Yeah.
have this.
They have to have the.
Although
Yeah.
I think for that they just couldn't reshoot. They didn't have
Yeah,
they
they
just
just,
do
like,
another theme song, so
just-
they just
yeah.
used it.
Just do that. Yeah.
Whereas this, yeah, they probably yeah. But
Yeah.
it was good though. They just used it a lot.
I think out of Harris Jayaraj's soundtracks that he's done in Telugu, I think this is probably. I think the best one is Orange for me. I like the Orange songs the best, but then I think this is probably
Yeah,
up
it's
there.
up there.
What
Yeah.
about Gajini?
Gajini, yes, but I would count that as a Tamil movie. So
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
yeah, out of like the pure Telugu ones that he's done,
Yeah.
I think Orange is the best one, and then
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, and then maybe
Orange,
this-
because he did Sainikudu as well.
Sainikudu is pretty good.
Sainik
as
was
well.
good some songs.
Yeah, Sainikudu is pretty good as well.
I think in I was telling Shravan this, but I think my favorite song in this is Bugga Bugga, the second half song where it's like
Yeah.
hyping up everything he's doing because it's like story
It's like
song.
a montage
montage
one.
song.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great song.
The first song's good as well.
Yeah,
Charminar again.
Yeah,
yeah,
Charminar,
they
yeah.
love Charminar.
Yeah, like usually for the movies that came out around this time, they all followed a formula where you'd introduce the hero, there'd be a fight, and there'd be a song.
Yep.
There's no fight actually. There is.
No,
a fight.
there is.
Yeah,
There
there
is
is
a
a fight.
fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like a
yeah.
mini fight on the bus.
Mini fight
Yeah.
on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a song. All right, let's do our rankings. Top 5 Prabhas movies.
Oh, this is tough.
Munna.
Munna.
I think for me it would be so Bahubali 1 and 2.
I think it's the second half of Bahubali 1 and then the
First
first
half
half
of
of Bahubali 2.
Yeah.
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 Bahubali 1 and 2. Chhatrapati
Mm.
and Salah.
Darling.
Salah?
Salah.
I'd put
yeah.
Salah up there.
So that's 4. And then probably Darling would be in the top 5. I'm thinking what else he's done.
Mr.
Mr.
Perfect.
Perfect's
Mr. Perfect
pretty
was
good.
good.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Mirchi.
Mirchi's-
would
Mirchi's
be,
be up
Mirchi would
there.
be top 5.
Mirchi's
Yeah.
probably one of my
Yeah,
favorite
Mirchi
movies
would
of
be
his
top
as
5.
well.
So it'd probably be Bahubali 1 and 2, Mirchi, Chhatrapati, Salah.
I don't think I'm putting Chhatrapati in top 5. I think when you rewatch it, you'll probably think it's
Okay.
probably not aged as well. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
I think Mirchi would be up there.
So Darling is in your top 5? Or Mr. Perfect?
I don't know.
I think I like
don't know if I
Mr.
put
Perfect
Darling.
better than Darling.
I think I like
Okay.
Mr. Perfect better
Yeah.
than Darling. Yeah.
Although they're both kind of like
If Kiriti was here,
similar-ish.
he'd have
yeah.
Darling.
Darling,
Yeah, he loves Darling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd actually. I think I'd put Munna in my top 5
Okay.
of Prabhas movies. Yeah.
Amongst with so Bahubali.
So I think I'd put Bahubali 1. I think I like Bahubali 1 more than Bahubali 2.
I
Okay.
agree.
So I think I'd put
one's
Bahubali
better.
1
Yeah.
in there. I don't know if I'd put Bahubali 2. Maybe I can put them as one movie. I'm going to cheat. I'm going
Yeah.
to put Bahubali
Yeah,
as
put
just
them as a
one.
combo.
Put them
Yeah.
as a combo. And then I'd probably have Mirchi, and then Munna and Mr. Perfect around the same, and Salah in there as well. And that's 5. And I think Kalki will probably be in that list after that comes out.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Kalki's in
hopefully.
there.
Yeah. It looks really good. I'm
What
really
about
excited for it.
Adipurush?
yeah, Adi Purush.
Adi
Is that
Purush.
going in there? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my top 5 would actually be Rebel, Adi Purush, Billa,
Radhesham.
Radhesham. Yeah.
Radhesham.
And Sahul.
And Sahul, yeah. There we go. What a list.
It's funny for an actor to have such great movies to have
Yeah.
so many
He's
I
got
think
shit
his
movies.
filmography is quite like
He's got such a
like
spectrum.
Very-
spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's got like really good movies
Yeah.
and some really bad movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And then
I
it's
don't
got
know. I
ones
feel
in
like he
between
just
as well.
I feel like he just can't say no to some directors now. Like even with this one, like they were saying that they really wanted to work with Prabhas for a movie because they did movies with Allu Arjun for Black Bunny and all those things. And like they really wanted to have I think
Prabhas
in that
was
Dilraj
meant to
interview.
do Arya
Yes.
initially, but he said it wouldn't suit him.
Yeah.
And I think it was meant to do one of the other ones as well.
Yeah. I don't know which
maybe
one.
Badr or something.
Something like that.
To do.
Yeah, they wanted to bring him on, and
Yeah.
then they were like, we finally got him on for a movie.
Mm.
And then they got Ileana, and they were like, this is going to be a blockbuster hit. And they were right. It's a blockbuster hit.
So he did collaborate with Dilraju again for Mr. Perfect. And that
Yes.
was a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Partly filmed in Sydney, that one, isn't it? Is it
Yes,
Sydney?
Yeah,
Sydney,
yes,
yeah.
it is in Sydney.
Yeah.
Orange was also in Sydney and
But they say
Sydney
it's
and
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
no,
No,
they
they
say
say
Sydney.
They say it's Sydney, but it's
in
Melbourne.
Yeah, there's
that's
some parts
Because
in
the
Melbourne.
trams, yeah.
Next, we're kind of teeing through Prabhas's filmography. So what should we do next before?
Maybe we
Kalki?
have to look at Mirchi.
Yeah, Mirchi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love loves that movie.
yeah. Maybe Chhatrapati as well.
Mm.
At some stage. And Adipurush, which I still haven't seen. I've just seen the trailer, and that was enough to tell me that it's not going to be
Seen
good.
20 minutes. It's a bit rough to get through. It's kind of difficult. Yeah.
Not ideal.
I don't think you could get through the whole thing.
I haven't seen Rebel either.
I have. That's also difficult to get through.
Rebel's hard to get through.
I watched Billa the other day. Not the other day. It was like a couple months ago to see if it's as bad as people say it is.
And it is.
It is.
Yeah, he had a couple, he had a pretty bad trot in between where he was, I think up till Mirchi, he didn't have much.
Yeah, not much going for him.
Yeah, and then he had Bahubali, and then hasn't had much going for him until Salah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they love getting him in for these period piece movies, like the big set
Yeah.
action piece movies, and he just,
He's kind of like aged a bit poorly now as well because it's been quite a while since Bahubali. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he kind of suits those roles anymore. Well, we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bujji, for coming on.
No, of course, anytime.
It's good to, I think we would have trashed this movie a bit more, but it's good to have
You and your
perspective.
wife love this movie so much. So
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. Do you like Mirchi more than this, though?
Yes. Mirchi's probably, I think it's the Telugu movie we've seen the most, and it's the one we love the most, I think.
Your
out of
wife's
all.
favorite Telugu hero is Prabhas, isn't it?
I don't know if her favorite, I think so, because her favorite Telugu movie is Mirchi. Because for her, it has all the key elements of a Telugu movie.
Yeah.
It's got the two heroines, the village,
Fights.
the fights,
Yeah.
the family.
It's even got
related
some
thing.
parts in Europe as well. It's got a bit of everything.
It's got the overseas. It's
Yeah.
got good music.
Yeah.
Got good fight scenes. It's got the
It's got the
cousin.
part where the guy's like, "What did he say?" And he's like, "Love all."
Yeah. It's got Subbu.
It's got Subbu. I think that's still one of Subbu's best roles.
It is.
Yeah.
That and Geeta Govindam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, even Bahubali, he's got a good role in
Oh, he
Bahubali
does.
as well,
Yeah,
actually.
he does
Yeah.
have a good role in that.
That's the one thing missing from Munna. That's my negative. It doesn't have
Subbu's
Subbu.
not
You
in
know,
it.
Subbu and
Yeah.
Munna would have made this
Yeah.
100 Days from
Yeah, and
all
he
over
was in
India.
most movies in that era. Like he was in
Yeah.
Porkiri and like most of the movies that came
Yeah.
out around.
He's generally playing the exact same character in all
Yeah,
these movies.
He went through like a phase where he was just playing the same character. And then he went through like a comedic phase as well. Where
Yeah.
it's like a comedic. Yeah.
Yeah, slight comedic things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in Porkiri, it's like unintentionally funny.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So good.
I saw this thing where they had like the actors from Arya, like when it came out and now,
Mm,
and the only people who have aged well are Allu Arjun and Subbu.
yeah.
Everyone else looks terrible. Like the guy who plays, is it Ajay or like the?
Is it that the guy that always dies in movies? No, that's a different guy actually. Yeah, no.
Like the guy she's in love with in Arya.
Yeah. I
That
haven't
guy-
seen that guy in ages. Yeah.
They showed a recent photo of him. He
Hasn't aged well.
doesn't look good, but Subbu aged really well. He actually looks better than he did in Arya. But thanks everyone for joining us. If you want to support the podcast, obviously, if you're watching us on YouTube, give us a subscribe and like on this video, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok on Paisa Vasool.
This one is slightly more on topic than our previous ones.
Yes, we stay on topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I'll end with this: the Hindi version, dubbed version, which is not a proper dub. It's like those kind of low budget dubs that they do. It's called Rowdy Munna, and
I love the names they come with.
and I couldn't find a 4K version of the Telugu like the actual Munna, but I could find a 4K version of Rowdy Munna. So you can watch. I think they cut out the songs and stuff. I don't think the songs are in the Hindi version, but
Yeah, okay.
yeah, that's why it's like 2 hours and 12 minutes, the Hindi
wow.
version. Yeah, when you cut out the songs.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, watch that instead of the Telugu one if you want 4K. But yeah, thanks for spending part of your day with us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.